こんにちは。お元気ですか? Today I will be talking about the app Lingodeer. Lingodeer is a language learning app. It's been on the market for a little bit, and I personally think it's one of these most effective methods of learning a language. Everything from reading, writing, listening, typing. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but please enjoy this nice review that I've done on this. And if you have any questions, message me in the comments. And let's get to it.
皆さんこんにちは。今日のビデオはリンゴディアについてです。始めましょう。Those of you who didn't understand that, I'm saying that today's video we are learning about Lingodeer, the language learning app that has the whole internet world talking about it. So let's get started. So those of you who don't know what Lingodeer is a language learning app that's been around for a couple of years now. I myself have been using it since beta, and I personally have not steered away from it. So as you can see, we have multiple different languages we can learn. Those of you watching this video, obviously we are more geared towards Japanese. But there's also Korean, Chinese, English, Spanish, French, German, Portuguese, Russian, Italian, and Vietnamese. So for today's purpose of the video, we are going to be reviewing the Japanese section of it. You see here that you have Japanese 1, Introduction to Beginner Lessons, so JLPT N5. Then you have Japanese 2, which is the second installment. You go all the way to Japanese JLPT N4. You have Fluent Japanese, the previous conversational skills from N5 to N3. You have a travel phrase book, what we'll get into, and your character drill as well, which, learn the 100 most frequently used Kanji characters, which is so important. We'll get to that in a second. So first, we're going to tap Japanese 1. Well, it's the very top because I finished this already. But when you're first learning Japanese, the first thing you want to do is learn hiragana and katakana. Me, personally, I've already learned, so I don't need to go through this, but for the sake of the video, let's just do the lesson 1 here quickly. So you see here that it teaches you how to write the hiragana a, and then swipe to the next. You have I. So then it quizzes you. So it's like, oh, which character is I? So tap on it. Then you have U. So it shows you a little stroke order, super nice. Then you have E. One more time. It shows you the pattern, how it's written out. So then it makes you choose which one of these is A. So click A. Keep on going through there. The way they laid this out too is honestly fantastic because it will help you memorize how they're written out if you have a pen and paper beside you, and every time you are doing these lessons you handwrite it out until you start to understand it. It's amazing. So then you have the mix and match. So we'll go A, I, and E. Fantastic. So that's the hiragana. Then you can switch over to katakana after you are done learning all the hiragana. It is fantastic. This app is great. And now if you want to see the whole Japanese chart, you have it all listed right here. Now, what is the gujon? So gujon, it literally means the 50 sounds. It can be seen as the Japanese alphabetical order. It's a grid that organizes all kana into 10 rows and 5 columns. So as your columns, you have 10 rows. So you tap on A, I, Chi, Tsu, and so on and so forth. There's one part of the Japanese alphabet which can be a little bit difficult to some, and it is the Ra. So the Ra row is probably one of the most difficult things about getting into the Japanese language is how to pronounce their R's. Because it's not ra, it's not ri, it's not ru, it's ra,
ら、
ru,
り、
ri,
る、
ru,
れ、
re,
ろ。
ro. So it's like a mix between an R, L, and a D altogether. It's like ra, 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 ra. Those of you who speak, Spanish or any kind of European language, you already know how to roll your R's and flick them. So you'll have a lot easier time learning how to do that. That's the introduction to the Japanese alphabet. And then you start getting into your first lesson. So let's go through the first lesson quickly. So let's go challenge mode, classic mode. So let's go back, start all over again. So select Japanese. I have mine all set to, actual Japanese. There's no romaji, which is the English characters to help you read and understand it a little more. But personally, I find it's more effective to not use romaji and to just use the Japanese characters. So, Japanese.
日本人、
日本人. Yatta. Next. American. This is pretty obvious which one is the American, so tap on it.
アメリカ人、
アメリカ人.
日本人、
So then you have a section here where you've learned 2 new words, and then it'll test you. Do you remember which one is
日本人、
日本人? So you tap which one you think it is. Yatta. You got it right. So now it says アメリカ人. So this is where you have to memorize the hiragana and katakana so you'll be able to read these. That's why it's so important to learn those first 2 alphabets. I know it's a bit of a drag, but it will help you so much with your Japanese learning and your Japanese experience in general, because I find it's more, engaging. Once you can actually read that, you're like, wow, I'm learning. It's amazing. So that says アメリカ人.
アメリカ人、
アメリカ人. And try to copy how they pronounce the words to kind of get the flow and the tone down packed.
こんにちは、
So you get into your first greeting. こんにちは.
こんにちは、
こんにちは.
こんにちは、
And if that's too fast for you, you slow it down a little bit.
こんにちは、
こんにちは. It's amazing. So yeah, that's the first actual lesson of Lingodeer. And then you have lesson 2. They teach you about blah blah wa, blah blah des, and watashi. And if you're having troubles retaining that or understanding what's going on, you go into the learning tips. The learning tips, konnichiwa. Welcome to your first Japanese lesson in Lingodeer. So it breaks down everything we pretty much just talked about. So the writing systems, hiragana, katakana. Now you get into your nouns and verbs. Watashi wa sushi o tabemasu. So you go into how this sentence structure is in Japanese. So is it SOV, subject, object, verb? So you always start with the subject, you always have an object, and you'll end on a verb. So that was the 私は寿司を食べます. The second lesson, I'll break down what you're going to learn in there, and so on and so forth with the third lesson. Another interesting part about the Lingodeer app is the story section, which I don't think a lot of people have ever done. So it helps you with your speaking and your listening and your reading all in one. So you have the choice to, let's go read.
はじめまして、
はじめまして。
はじめまして、
You click next.
私はさくらです。
私はさくらです. So you go through and you read a story, but here it will quiz you. So, what is her name? 彼女の名前はサラ です。
お名前は
さくら。そう、お名前は What is your name?
私は日本人です。
私は日本人です。そう、さくらちゃんはアメリカ人です。違う。Wrong.
お国は
Japanese. So, お国は Where is your country? Where are you from?
趣味は旅行です。
趣味は旅行です。So you see how effective it is to be able to listen and read all at the same time. So once you have gone through that story, you
は
can
じ
go
め
in
まして。
and actually speak and work on your pitch accent and your pronunciation. So for the sake of this video, we'll just go in here. Lingo, do you like your microphone? Yep, 100%. はじめまして. Yep, 100%. So you can go back はじめまして and listen to how you sound. Yep, 100%. はじめまして. はじめまして. So you can hear how you're pronouncing the words. It's fantastic. Yeah, that's Japanese 1. And you will go from beginner to lower beginner after this level. Level up. Boop, 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 boop. We go to Japanese 2. Same thing with the alphabet. Exact same. But then you learn more advanced Japanese as you go on. So you'll be able to go from saying basic things to asking about the weather to asking how people's days are, what you want to eat. And then once you get into the second level of Japanese here, you'll learn a little bit more in depth about the culture and more advanced, topics about the Japanese language. And now they are always constantly adding new material to this app too, which makes it so amazing. So coming soon, there's gonna be a third level of Japanese on Lingodeer, which I personally cannot wait for. I love this app. I haven't had much time to delve into this because I'm a full-time student and a full-time father of twins and a husband, so I don't have much time to get away and use my phone and use the app a lot. So this is just amazing. Lingodeer, thank you so much. ありがとうございます. So that's Japanese 1, Japanese 2. Then you have fluent Japanese. So improve your conversational skills. Let's click on this. So you will have everything from beginner to intermediate 1, 2, so on and so forth. So let's search. You can go search by difficulty. So let's go beginner 1. And you can choose the category you want to read and listen in. So let's go shopping. Who doesn't like shopping? Come on. Perfect. So here is the beginner 1 shopping section. You can have the listen and learn, so you can just listen to it and follow
お弁当は温めますか?
お弁当は温めますですか? So
お弁当は温めますか?
It's very fast Japanese, but you'll pick up on it.
はい、お願いします。
So it's
おでん各種は3本ですと 20% 引きになりますが、いかがでしょうか?
recognizing the language. And once you get the hang of it, you can actually just take that away. Pure Japanese. You don't have any English to help you. So you're forced to remember it, which is fantastic. And then you have the speaking
お弁当は
exercise.
温めますか?
So it's very similar to the story section of the lessons, which is super important to work on speaking Japanese rather than just reading it and watching anime and like listening to Japanese music or dramas or whatever. It's the best way to utilize your Japanese is to actually use it, speak it, think in it. And then you can practice on typing out your Japanese characters or writing them out, which is amazing. So there you go. So I ask you, would you like me to heat up the bento? And then you have your key points section. So it's kind of similar to the tips in the lessons. So this is an explanation. This is a polite way to say どう or how about or would you like. So, もう一杯いかがでしょうか? Would you like another cup? It's fantastic. So you have everything from beginners all the way to intermediate 2. So let's say we want to go to hito. No, they don't have anything in me. So let's just go pure intermediate 2. They have 2. So weather report. Where's the news? Same thing, but it'll be a little bit more advanced Japanese.
おはようございます。ウェザーニュースの高橋です。6月23日、日曜日の全国の天気をお伝えします。今日は東北から九州にかけて雨雲が多く、一日雨の予想です。
This app is just amazing. It's so advanced compared to any other language learning app I've ever used personally. So that is the fluent Japanese section. Then you have your travel phrase book. So say you're going to Japan and you don't know much at all. You can go in here, go look at the greetings.
こんにちは。
こんにちは。
おはようございます。
おはようございます。And you can also speak it. So おはようございます。おはようございます。Speak it, listen back. Everything. These are your basic greetings that you'll use. Everything from soft introductions, common phrase, dating, everything, public signs, so you can kind of read if you're having troubles with the sign though. Bathroom.
お手洗い。
お手洗い。お手洗い。おトイレ。It's amazing. And the last part of this app, which I think is phenomenal, is the Kanji section. It teaches you the 100 most used kanji, which I'm sure a lot of people are very thankful for. So you have everything from it's the first one. It teaches you the stroke order very slowly. So you have ni, and you must follow every pattern stroke order of these kanji properly, or else it might turn out to be incorrect and mean something else. So yeah, everything from 1 to 10, everything. So year, day, soil, earth, money, wood, water, fire, moon, 1,000, 100, so on and so forth. Some of these are very, very important to know, especially if you want to get into reading some, beginner's light novels or manga. But yeah, that's it. This is Japanese from Lingodeer. I really have nothing but amazing things to say about this app. This is no way sponsored by Lingodeer themselves. I personally have just been using their app, and I find it absolutely amazing. I don't find that Stiegel amazing, though. That was loud. So yeah, pick it up. It is the best Japanese learning app or language learning app in general on the market right now. And you will not be disappointed once you download it and use it. But yeah, thank you so much for your time, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.
So there you have it. That was Lingodeer Japanese. And sorry it's a bit of a long one there, but I just really want to get right down to the nitty-gritty of the app and show why I personally think it's the #1 Japanese learning app on the market. There is a cost on it, like everything else in the world, but honestly, if it's going to help you further your Japanese career and learning and everything about it, it's worth it. In Canada here, it's $15.99 for a month. That's I think it's like $29.99 for 3 months, and it's like $90 for a year. Or you can do a one-time payment, which I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, give me a like and subscribe. And ありがとうございます。じゃまたね。